Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing a real-time journal with me featuring a little Q&A as a celebration for 15,000, which is such a crazy milestone. I remember when I first hit like 100 subscribers and I was like so proud of that. So thank you guys so much. So I split up the questions into personal, journaling, music, and YouTube, and I know people will probably want the questions for like only journaling or only YouTube, so I'll provide all the timestamps for that. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, let us begin. So the first question is, how is your day going? My day is going quite well. I just turned in my math assignment, which was like I turned it in 30 minutes before it was due, so I'm glad I finished it. Don't procrastinate like I do, but at least I turned it in, so it's on time. The next question is, how is your quarantine? I've been in quarantine for like 3 weeks now, and I've been pretty put in place at home. I'm a bit of an introvert. I'm very much an introvert, so I'm very used to staying at home, and I'm definitely a homebody. But just recently, I think my school just announced that school's going to be closed for the rest of the year, and I don't know, it's like a little bit sad. I feel like I'm not able to like live the rest of the semester, so I don't know. I feel like there's only a few months left, but it's still kind of sad. But yeah, I think we just gotta keep living and keep pushing through. So yeah. Anyways, next question is, what is your favorite color? My favorite color changes all the time, but I would say my favorite colors-ish is muted pastel warm colors. So like, I don't know, like light peach, like muted light peach, or like muted like beige. That's usually what. Next is, what's your favorite pastel color? I'll say for pastels, I also tend to go for more of the warmer pastels, so like pastel pink, pastel red, pastel coral, that kind of stuff. Next is, are you a dog or a cat person? I'm gonna go on a really long rant about this because I do have a dog. If you saw my vlog, I have a dog named Lucky. He's the cutest thing. I think he's like 6 now, 6 years old, 5 years old, 6. He's getting older now. But I used to definitely say like I'm just solely a dog person, but over time I've actually, like in the past year or so, I've absolutely fallen in love with cats. So basically at my school we have like the stray cat, and I remember for the first time I like walked by it, I was like really interested, and I literally sat down, and then that cat just like jumped onto my lap, and it was the cutest thing ever. Oh my gosh, it made my heart melt. And I also one time met this like really cute munchkin kitten, where basically they have like really short legs and a really long tail. Oh, it was so cute and so sociable. But yeah, I know what it's like because I have been scratched by a cat before, I've been hissed by a cat before. I used to think like, oh, cats are all terrible and cats are all so mean, but really cats are just the sweetest creatures. It depends which ones you meet, but overall they're just so nice. One time I also like babysat a cat and oh, it's just so sweet. I basically realized that cats, you sort of have to, this is pretty stereotypical, but cats, you sort of have to gain their trust over time, and that they're often more reserved in comparison to most dogs, but they're still really, really sweet. Once they, I guess, feel more comfortable around you, they'll actually initiate things, and they'll try to, be nice to you and hang out with you, if that makes sense. So yeah, to answer the question, I am both a dog and a cat person, and I love both very much equally, and I just love them all. What's your favorite webtoon? Okay, I have to admit, I, for the past while, have just read popular webtoons. I only follow like 2 or 3 webtoons now. I follow True Beauty, Sub-Zero, Unordinary, Lost in Translation. Yeah, those are pretty good. Honestly, I've just sort of, so my thing with webtoons, I have so much respect for webtoon artists. I actually like wanted to make a webtoon for a while, and I know it's really difficult to pump out episodes, but I tend to find that webtoons aren't nearly as enjoyable reading / watching like week by week versus binging it all at once. So I think that a more enjoyable webtoon is when you're able to just read it start to end all at once versus having to wait week by week, because sometimes when you wait week by week there's very little plot progression and you end up feeling kind of disappointed. So yeah, that's my take on webtoons. But if you guys have any suggestions, I already got some suggestions to read other webtoons, but yeah, I'll get onto that now that I have so much time. Next is, what are your goals? I don't know if that's like life goals or other goals, but I guess my life goals is I feel like I really want to open my horizon. I know that sounds really weird, but I feel like sometimes I live in a bit of a bubble and I feel like I just know my place. I don't leave my house very often, so I guess one of my goals is to become a little bit less introverted. Or I feel like I can't really change my introvertedness, but I want to be a little bit more confident and step out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Next question is, have you ever read Harry Potter? If so, what house are you in? Of course I've read Harry Potter. Harry Potter is such a classic. Yeah. I read it a while ago though. I remember just binging all like 7 books super quickly. I took the Potterhead quiz, not Potterhead quiz. What's it called again? It's like the official quiz. And I got Hufflepuff. I've taken other like random quizzes and they also said Hufflepuff. So I guess I'm a Hufflepuff. I feel like I don't have the ambition of a Slytherin. I don't have like the confidence or like the courageousness of Gryffindor, and I'm not like the most intelligent. I don't know. I guess I study, but I'm not like super duper smart. So I think Hufflepuff works for me. Yeah. Next, what instruments do you play? I only play the piano, unfortunately. I really wish I could play other instruments. I think people who are like multi-instrumented, multi-musicians, I feel like it's just so cool, and I totally wish I could play like the violin. I remember watching Your Lie in April. I really wish I could play the violin, like 2-set violin. I think guitar is really cool, ukulele is really cool as well. I wish I could play more instruments, but yeah. So the next question is, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? And lately I've had a lot of free time, so I've been watching TV shows, movies, watching lots of YouTube, and I've been also like doing a lot of journaling and painting. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I needed to find other hobbies, but that's what I've been doing. The next question is, who's your biggest inspiration? I don't know if this is like who's your personal inspiration or like inspirations on YouTube, but one of my favorite YouTubers is Ashley Best Dressed. She's just very like authentic, and I feel like she's very relatable, and it's really nice like seeing her grow up. So I've followed her, like I started following her in 2017, and just like seeing her like move out of her apartment and like traveling, you know, across the US, it's just very, I don't know, it's very nice. And I feel like she isn't afraid to like show her flaws, and I feel like, I don't know, she's just very relatable, and I feel like sort of like a big sister, if that makes sense. So yeah. So the next question is, what would you say is your aesthetic? And honestly, I don't have an aesthetic. I'm pretty all over the place, but I guess like I like Muji, IKEA, you know, muted colors, that type of thing. So yeah. Okay, so now onto the section with the most amount of questions, which is journaling. So let's just get started. The first question is, when did you start bullet journaling? I started in 2017, so it's been about 3 years now. The next question is, what inspired you to start a bullet journal? So to be quite honest, it was because of Amanda Rach Lee. I watched her first YouTube video, like Plan With Me, and I was just like really inspired from that point on. Next question is, why did you start journaling? It's a bit of a similar reason, because I was inspired, but also because I feel like journaling is sort of like a creative outlet, but it's not necessarily something like drawing or painting, which I feel like, I don't know, I feel like journaling you can progress and improve faster versus something like drawing and painting, which takes like years and years. So yeah. Next question is, what is your best advice for new journalists? This is a bit difficult for me just because I feel like everyone learns their own way, but my first one is definitely don't compare yourself to these people with, you know, YouTube videos on Planet With Me's and all these pictures on like social media platforms like Instagram and Tumblr. And I know this sounds so hypocritical coming from someone who does make that content, but really, like, when I first started out, my calligraphy was horrendous. My journals looked, kind of pretty ugly, but, it's all about the process of growing. And honestly, I feel like out of all things, I feel like calligraphy is something that's a bit easier to improve on versus like drawing. So honestly, just be patient. You'll grow. Don't worry about it. You'll improve. You just have to be slow. Try not to compare yourself too much. Another thing is you don't need the best supplies. I know I use like a lot of stickers and washi tapes, but seriously, you really don't need anything more than just like a few markers and a journal, because I started off doing a lot of faux calligraphy because I didn't have any brush pens, and really you don't need it. Just start, just do it. Like, don't make excuses for yourself to be like, I can't journal because I don't have this or that. Like, just literally just start and start journaling. Another thing is also, if you are starting journaling, if you want to personally, I would suggest finding like a bullet journal community online. I feel like it's really nice to sort of almost grow up with other accounts and seeing other people improve. So yeah. The next question is top 3 stationery you can't live without. I'd probably say pens, washi tape, and stickers. Yeah, and not in any particular order, but just those top 3 things. Next question is tips on journaling. So I'd say the same thing for new journalists, about the same tips, but I'd also say just like, if you are like a bullet journal influencer that sounds weird, but if you're a creative on Instagram or that type of social media platform, really try not to bullet journal, or try not to journal for the sake of getting likes and stuff, because let's be honest, like, getting likes and comments and followers and these things, they do release dopamine, let's be honest, but try not to get addicted to that. Try to journal because you love it and then share it to other people, versus like, I'm gonna journal because of motivation from people supporting me. Because I remember I used to do that, but then when I started losing followers, I lost like 1,000 followers, I stopped loving journaling because of that. So if you're on that path, try to separate your love of journaling with liking followers and likes and stuff, because really it doesn't matter, and likes and followers do not in any way measure the quality of your work, and it doesn't mean if you have more you're better. It doesn't mean you have less, it's not as good. So just try not to get overly, if you are like in the studygram stuff or like bujogram, just try not to get too caught up with all of that. But for a tip that's more based on like a journaling itself, I would say just definitely take breaks when you want to. I definitely there's definitely journal block is as real as art block. Like, there's gonna be times when you're not super creative, and that's totally okay. And I think we have a lot of pressure to like finish your journal and to finish it all the way through. I remember I spent like an entire year struggling to journal, and I just kind of stopped for a year journaling. So, like, not a full year, but like, I went on and off with journaling, and honestly, sometimes you just need a creative break, and that's totally okay. I would definitely recommend having like a planner just in case when you don't really feel like bullet journaling, because that way you can still keep your life together even when you don't want to, make a nice spread or something. So yeah, next question is, how do you stay motivated to journal? This is a hard one, because I've definitely had times in which I've really considered like I wanted to stop journaling because it just seems like so much work. But I think having a very clear goal of why you're journaling in the first place, like, I want to plan my life, I want to organize my life, or this is like a creative outlet for me and I think it's really fun. So just try to be mindful of why you're journaling even in the first place. Like, does it bring you joy? And if it's not bringing you joy, maybe you shouldn't push yourself so much to do it. But yeah, I feel like motivation to journal, I'd say definitely also mixing things up constantly. I feel like sometimes when you stick with the same spread layout over and over again, it gets a little bit boring, and thus your brain doesn't want to do it like as much. Yeah, I would say also just, I guess, getting inspired. So picking out different spreads, not always looking at the same style. I guess you can also learn new things. So yeah. Next one is, when do you feel the most inspired to make a spread? So yeah, going on to the other question, if I find like a really beautiful spread on Instagram, or like something that they do is like super special, like, oh, they put the washi tape in some other corner of the picture, I'll be like, yeah. So definitely have like a Pinterest, or whatever you use, just keep getting that flow of inspiration and try to follow different styles of journaling, so you're able to, find something new. So yeah. The next question is, are you ever disappointed with the spreads you make? Definitely, of course, all the time. Disappointment is just something very natural with anything creative, and honestly, it's necessary in order for you to keep improving. So yes, I do get disappointed, but I just keep moving on because I know that it's just going to help me improve and help me get better. So yeah. The next question is, what is your favorite thing about bullet journaling? As I sort of mentioned earlier, it really is a creative outlet for me, and it's also sort of something that organizes my life. Like, to be quite honest, sometimes it feels nice to plan out something versus actually doing it, like doing the tasks. But yeah, I feel like it just brings a lot of, it feels like you're doing something when you are planning your life out and you're having it really organized, and I feel like that's just a really great feeling. And also, I've been doing a lot of sort of like gratitude log classes, and I feel like that sort of keeps me in check, so I really enjoy that. The next question is, what is your favorite shop for stationery? I would definitely say Daiso 100%. I talk about it all the time, but it's just amazing. Everything is $1.50, and it's just, like, it's cheap and it's nice, and they're constantly making like new stationery, so it's really great. But my other favorite shops is AliExpress, but the shipping takes so long. Oh my god, it takes so long, but the stationery is very cute. As well as Muji. Muji's nice, I love Muji, but Muji is also very overpriced, so I don't know, sometimes the expensiveness of everything is kind of a turn off, but overall, yeah, those are my top 3 stationery shops. Next is, where do you get your Bujo supplies? Same thing, but I also get a lot of supplies from Amazon for like Tombow dual brush pens, or I go to like Michael's craft store. Next is favorite stationery items. Didn't I already answer that? Did I answer that? Stationery, can't live without. Oh, my favorite stationery. I think specific stationery items, I love the Muji 0.5mm like retractable pen. I love that one so much. I love Daiso washi tapes, Daiso stickers. Also like Soutelier. I'll post it, but yeah, those stickers are really cute as well. So, oh yeah, I also love circle stickers. Those are very cute. So yeah, those are my favorite stationery items. Okay, next question is favorite colors to journal with. I would say, like I said, I like warm colors, but I do love my pink, I think it's 772 Tombow dual brush pen, so yeah. This one's like a pretty popular question. Do you have a Pinterest/other website for the pictures you use while journaling? So I definitely use Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I get a lot of pictures from there. I think people ask, like, can you share your Pinterest/boards? I am working on organizing one so it actually looks nice and isn't just a mess of pictures, so that will be coming soon. I might have made it ready, so yeah. Next is, how long does it take for you to do a whole set of spreads / like a monthly setup? So how long it takes to do like a monthly setup video? I think it's about an hour. I'll say an hour or 2. Yeah, an hour like at least, and like 2 hours at most. Yeah. And then last question my last question of everything in journaling is favorite month in Bujo, like my favorite setup. My favorite monthly setup so far. I would probably say is my March setup. Yeah, I think I like the collageness of it. So yeah, that finishes up journaling questions. Let's move on to music. So the first question under music is, describe your music taste in 3 words. It was hard. I'd probably say like comforting and diverse. I don't know. I listen to a lot of different genres. I can appreciate rap. I can appreciate a nice ballad song. So yeah, I just like all music. I feel like my taste is often changing, but I do also love music that's very like comforting, like in times that are, I don't know, sad and stuff. I like a soft song that sort of is comforting. That, yeah. The next question is, what is your favorite song at the moment? This is hard. I've been listening to a lot of music lately, but I would say What to Do by Dean and Magic Shop by BTS. Yeah. Also, Outro Tear by BTS is also really good. So, yeah. Next song is What Got You Into K-pop? Okay, at first I used to hate K-pop. I used to be part of the people who were like, oh my god, K-pop is like so stupid. I can't believe people like this. It's like, you know, so cringy. You know, it's just like, you know, Gangnam Style, you know. But I think over time, I was hating on things that are popular is kind of dumb because you don't really know it. But I think I first discovered Fire by BTS. That was like the song that got me into BTS and then into K-pop. Yeah, I think it's like really easy to hate on K-pop. I've got my fair share of like people just being like, oh my god, you like K-pop, that's so dumb, and you know, hate just for like liking K-pop. But really, if you get to really discover it and find like some of those really great solo artists, and finding those like really great groups, I think, you know, over time people will discover that music that's in different languages actually does sound good. So we love being cultured. And then next is playlist recommendations. I can't think of songs right now because that would be, no, actually I can. Conan Gray just released a new album called Kid Crow. Go check that out, please. Such an amazing YouTuber turned artist. So proud of him. Also, let's see what else. Yeah, I would also recommend 0 O'Clock by BTS. It's a great song. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it more. I'll link down below my like Spotify playlist so you guys can look at that. So yeah, that's it for music. We can get started on YouTube. Okay, so last but not least, we have the YouTube section of questions. So first is, what motivated you to start a YouTube channel? So I've been watching YouTube for like at least like 6 years now. It's been a while. I've been watching YouTube for a very long time, and I've always sort of considered making a YouTube channel, but I never really, you know, bit the bullet and like actually went for it. But I think last year I just finally did it. Finally made my first video. It was like a desk tour, and it just, you know, took off from there. So yeah, I'm really happy that I decided to really pursue YouTube because it's really fun and I really enjoy doing this. So yeah. Next is, who are your favorite YouTubers? As I said, I love Best Dressed. What else? I love Justine Bujo. She's such an inspiration. Jessica Vu, doopiano, your mom Ashley. Honestly, I'm missing out a lot of other YouTubers. I watch so many, but yeah, those are like my main YouTubers I like. The next question is advice on starting a YouTube channel. Okay, I would say first, this is hard, but I would say like when making a YouTube channel, I think just really post consistently. I find that people who just keep posting, well, not sure all, but tend to usually, you know, grow pretty quickly. And also just be patient. It took me like at least a year for one of my videos to like, you know, for like my channel to really start picking up the pace and growing. So just really be patient and keep posting and keep creating, and hopefully the YouTube algorithm will, you know, help you a little bit. So yeah. Next question is, what's your favorite video editing app to use? So right now for my videos, I'm using Final Cut Pro, which actually isn't an app. It's like a software on Macs. But as for an app, I used to use Cut Pro, and that one is a pretty great app. So yeah. Next question is, are you monetized? Yes, I am monetized, thanks to you guys. However, I also don't make lots of money because, you know, we love copyright as well as just, yeah, I mean, my videos aren't making so many views that it's like a ton of money. Like, my videos, I can, like, one of my videos like only made me like $1, so yeah. Next one is favorite types of videos to film. Ooh, filming. I think I like to film sort of like desk tours. I don't know, because I feel like things that are like more movement, I guess, because a lot of the journaling videos, it tends to just be like, oh, you just set up the camera and then, or like I set up my phone to film, and that's kind of it. There's not much filming other, you know, but yeah, I would say like desk tours are pretty fun because I can actually play around with my phone in like angles, versus something like journaling, which is like, I just kind of enjoy journaling in my free time anyway, and just like position your camera, if that makes sense. So yeah. Last question in YouTube, which is the last question of everything. So, boom. How do you manage your time between school, YouTube, etc.? Short answer, I don't. I really don't. I'm really bad at time management. I really need to improve on that. But I would really just recommend, like, I mean, now I have a lot more time, but back when I did have school, like, during the week, I would usually film on like Saturdays and then edit and then try to push it out on Sunday. But basically my videos, I used to literally just spend an entire day working on them and then just push it out. Like, I would film, edit, publish a video all in one day. So yeah, that's the end of everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys also enjoyed the actual journaling part of this as well. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys all stay safe. You guys have a great day. Bye.